And also you need to learn Japanese skills. So I'm going to explain how local Japanese judges your language skill. So firstly, I highly recommend you to learn about spoken Japanese, not written Japanese. Like written Japanese is like you can learn from manga or like anime, from pop culture. But if you hear like written Japanese like conversation, we feel like, oh, okay, he learned from pop culture, so he is not serious learner. And also, it sounds like more you're doing musical in front of people, so it sounds weird, right? So they consider you as beginner level of Japanese, even though you have N3 or N2 or something. So please focus on spoken Japanese. Then also we need to consider about correct pitch accent. So I will give you example later, but correct pitch accent is really important. So if you want to settle in Japan, we hear like konnichiwa from local international traveler, like konnichiwa, hello, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. But correct one is konnichiwa, konnichiwa. This is important. For example, this is one of the example also. It's about boiled egg. And also, if I pronounce correctly, yude tamago, yude tamago. So this is correct pitch accent. But if you have wrong way, yude tamago, yude tamago, it means boiled grandchildren. So, we kind of laughing in your brain, your mind. So it's really difficult to get to know correct pitch accent, but please be aware of it if you're learning Japanese so seriously. Like local Japanese people feel like you might be intermediate level if you speak incorrect pitch accent, and they don't want to hire you for serious job. Maybe part-time job, it might be okay, but if you want to have full-time job or internship, I highly recommend you to practice correct pitch accent. But actually, there's no study material you can learn correct pitch accent, so that's why I'm making this course. Let's go to the next. Konnichiwa. So please take photo, everything like konnichiwa, konnichiwa, not konnichiwa, not konnichiwa. Konnichiwa sounds so, how can I say, beginner level. So konnichiwa, konnichiwa. This is important. Oh, we can practice later if you still have a time later with second resume. Then let's go to the friendship boundary with older people, not old, sorry, someone older than you at local communities. For first impression, of course, resume, Japanese skill like correct pitch accent is really important. But we also need to know Teineigo, polite Japanese. I will explain later, but let's find out. Let me tell you the definition of 3 relationships. Firstly, newcomer relationship. It's like you are working on company, and then some internship student join in the company for a few weeks or something. Then, of course, you will be friendly to them, to internship student, but try to not be close mentally, not to try to have deep conversation, but try to help if the newcomer internship student needs some help. Then second one, senpai, kohai relationship, senior and also junior relationship. It can in English, I guess. So senpai is a person who has been joining the community for longer period than you. And then the person who only have short-term experience in the community called kohai. So senpai is always treating kohai like younger brother. This is Japanese culture. Like I have a lot of senpai who gave me a lot of life wisdom and also free meals for treating me so well, because they also had senpai in the past. The senpai of senpai treating them so well. That's why they also want to share something to me for free. This is one of the amazing things about Japanese culture, senpai-kohai relationship. And third one is brother and sister relationships. It's more like, babysitting you, always taking care. I love you. I need you. Like, blah, 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 blah. This is so beautiful. This is one of the best things about Japanese culture. I really love it. But I cannot see this one in Western country where I travel. So it's kind of, I really miss my senpai. And also let's go like concept of Japanese about politeness. So firstly, we have three categories: sonkeigo, kenjougo, teineigo. Sonkeigo means you put someone who has higher status or they had achieved something, put them higher in the status. And talking like, oh my gosh, so you Mr. You're Mrs. Professor, blah, 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 CEO or something, like you can use the sonkeigo in business conversation or like with professor or with elders. Second one is kenjougo, is try to put your status lower than them. This is also used for business, teachers, and elders, but teineigo, last one is most important. This is, we are still same status, social standard, but try to be polite to each other. Social friends and co-workers, you can use it. Actually, local Japanese don't expect international people acquire sonkeigo, kenjougo, because it's too complicated. Even me, I need to practice a lot. So try to learn teineigo for job hunting and first impression. So you can amaze enough if you speak teineigo. And also, tameguchi is casual talking to become close friends later. But actually, there's no study material about teineigo learning, but maybe I recommend you to watch TED, TED, TED Talk in Japanese. Like the person who making presentation to the people usually using teineigo. So if you want to learn about teineigo and correct speech accent, please watch TED Talk. And also proper action 2, how to become a good kohai, junior with Japanese humbleness. So firstly, when you pass your second resume, they can see what is the goal is, your dream is. So prepare your second resume, first goal setting, your dream, and the self-promotion, greeting. Hi, I'm Aki, blah, 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 blah. I have dream, blah, 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 blah. What's your dream? This is my second resume, blah, 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 blah. Then from here, it's important. Try to make effort to achieve your goal. Then you must to ask for advices for senpai. I know, like, I'm not sure which country you are from, but one of the things I recognize in Western country is Western people tend to not have role model. Like they wish to create own life without role model or advices from others, despite facing life crisis. This is one of the biggest culture differences, and also a lot of international people who move to Japan struggling with making connection with someone older than you. Because in Western country, I can be friends with someone age 40 or 50 or 60. Once they found something they can respect myself, respect about my skills or something. For example, fencing, they can see my fencing style. And also they can recognize how I dedicated my life for fencing because of my skill. Then we can be friends. We can respect each other and same level, like teineigo style. But in Western culture, it's true. But in Japan, we have aged hierarchy. So please remember, you cannot be friends with someone older than you. Try to respect them. I know it's hard, but your life possibility is depends on how many senpai you can have in Japan. Like I met a lot of international students studied in Japan, but most of them said they couldn't find any friends outside of the university or school because they always behaving like, try to be friendly with elders like age 10 years older than you, just try to get to know each other so friendly. So I'm not saying this is wrong things. Everything has good side, bad side, but I highly recommend you to think about how to be polite and also knowing things. Then try to follow their advice. This is important. You need to show. I did your advices. So, but outcome is like this. Everything has pros and cons. So showing I don't know, how cute you are, like how dedicate your life for the advice. And then once they feel, oh my gosh, he follows my advice. Okay, I want to take care of him. This is how to be good kohai with Japanese humbleness. So the last thing is I want to tell is key factor to have Japanese humbleness is accept compliments, and then no overconfidence, and hardworking dreamer. So this is the three essential things. I hope it kind of sounds harsh, but I hope you understand what I mean. Thank you. I want to talk more, but just in case you're not, let me stop it here.